What's up, you guys, and welcome back again to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about these horses. We're going to talk about farming them. We're going to talk about breeding them. We're going to talk about feeding them. We're going to talk about raising them up, creating shelter for them to live in, how to store them. We're just going to try to hit up the horses and try to get to the information that you need to know when keeping the horses. If you guys like the video, please head down to the bottom, click that like button, and then don't forget to subscribe. Alright guys, stay tuned. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Let's start off with this structure that I built. And as you guys can see, I actually, if you've been keeping up with my channel, I put in a lot of work this weekend. Okay, I went and got myself a whole bunch of upgraded diamond gear. I upgraded it to netherite, and yeah, everything's got fully upgraded, and went through and got everything upgraded the way I need it, and it's all nice and powered, and I'm super OP. Anyway, what I went through this weekend and did is I went through, oh god, it took me so long to get these horses, and I brought them over here. But before I did that, I had to build this structure that I wanted to keep the horses in. And as you can tell, it's just not like a fenced in location. What I did is I built a horse stable, or barn shaped horse stable for my horses. Okay, and you can count the blocks if you want to. If you want me to stand back a little bit so you can try to mimic what I've done here. Okay, it's kind of nice, and I'll walk around the back so you guys can do the same thing. But these doorways here, just these middle ones open. Okay, these other ones don't really do much. They're just there for decorations. This guy is not tamed yet, so he's trying to get away. Let's push him back in and shut the doors. Oh, big guy wants outside. Anyway, we'll take care of him in a little bit. We'll get him back inside, no worries. He's tied to a lead right now, so he shouldn't be able to get away. Well, actually, that's actually a good example. It's a good thing he got outside, because I can... What in the world? Uh-oh, my game froze a little bit, you guys. Let's take care of this guy. He got stuck inside. There we go. Alright. Okay, like I was saying, it's good that this guy got outside, because that leads me into, how do you get a horse to come back to your base? And basically, you can either tame him, or you can use a lead, okay, and you can pull him back to your base or your property, or whatever you want to call it. You can use a lead to pull him back. Now, there's another option, and the other option is, look at, here's the lead, and you pull him. But the other option is to try to tame him. And how you do that is you try to stay on the horse's back until you see those hearts that you just saw. And then you can put a saddle on his back and then ride him all the way back home. Now he's tame, so I can actually put a saddle on him and I can ride him. And I've already put a saddle on some of my other horses, so I can show you what that looks like. Right here, the saddle is on this one, and he's on this one, and then there's also a saddle on this one. But you cannot control the horse without a saddle on his back. Okay? So you have to have a saddle on his back to be able to control him. And this guy is being super silly. He doesn't want to stay inside right now, so we're going to pull him to the back since he wants to wander out the door. And we're going to pull him all the way in and tie him up over here, just like that. And now he can't reach the door anymore. And he can go back there. All right. So these horses are very useful. And each one of the horses has different abilities. Some of them jump higher, some of them run faster. They have a bunch of different colors and color schemes, and they just look really cool. And you can even interbreed them with the donkeys to get, I believe, a mule. Okay, but we'll talk about that more further in another video. Today we're going to talk about how to breed these guys. Now these guys will eat a whole bunch of different items. It's not like most other mobs in this game. The horses actually have multiple different types of food, and you can see here I've pasted them on the wall that they will actually eat. Okay, each and every one of these foods can be used for a couple of different reasons. They can be used to breed the horses, and they can be used to improve their health. Because the horse is one of those mobs that you can take out with you, and it has a health bar, and you can view its health bar, you can also have a way to increase its health when it starts to get hit by mobs. And so once their health bar goes down, then you can feed it. Now there's a problem. If you want your horse to breed and it doesn't want to eat, what are you supposed to do, right? Well, I've found that they really like the golden carrots. And it might be the case with the golden apples as well. But if you'll see, I'm going to feed these guys, and they'll go into what's called love mode, which is the little hearts over its head. And then it'll go stand by one of the other horses. And then once it drops its XP, you'll see a little baby horse come. It'll just like pop up in the world. Anyway, two of them like that. We'll get them into their heart mode or love mode, whatever you want to call it. And then hopefully, well, maybe he's stuck in here. Go on out there. There we go. Uh-oh, I wonder if the baby got stuck outside because they were right next to the door. So let's go look. It might have spawned right outside the door. And yes, it did. It's right there. And then the same thing with the babies. Hey, you can either... Oops. I don't know what happened there. You can either try to feed him to grow him up and then try to tame him by riding him. Or you can just grab a lead and pull him back all the way to your property or your base and then tie him to a fence post. Or even you could create a corral like I did with my cows over there and do the same thing like that. Okay, so let me put this guy right here, tie him up, and then just like that. Pretty cool, right? Now, another thing that I want to talk about is how much each one of these different types of food will actually heal your horse. So if you are feeding your horse sugar, that one gives 1 health point. Say, so that's like half of a heart. Okay. If you feed them the wheat, for example, that one gives them 2 health points, which is a full heart. If you feed them just a regular apple, then that moves on up to 3 health points, which is 1.5 hearts. If you give them a golden carrot, which is this one right here, the golden carrot gives them 4 health points, which is 2 hearts. If you give them the golden apple, not the enchanted apple, the golden apple, it'll give them 10 health points, which is 5 hearts. And then the enchanted golden apple, okay, the one over there, that gives them 10 health points, which is 5 hearts. And then finally, the one that's the best and gives them the most health is the hay bale, the bale of hay. it gives them 20 health points, which is 10 hearts. Okay. Pretty cool. Oh, I guess one more thing that I kind of need to tell you guys is the saddles, right? So you can either craft. Oh, wait, can you craft a saddle? You know what? I don't think you can craft the saddle. In my brain, I was thinking for a second that you can craft a saddle using leather, but I think the only way that you can get a saddle is to find it in a chest or by fishing for it. I believe that is the only way to get the saddles. I might be forgetting something. There might be another way. If you know the other way, then please type it down in the comments. But as far as I know, that's the only way that I've found the saddles for the horses. Is either finding them in a village chest or fishing for it and pulling it out of the water with my fishing pole. Anyway, I like my little decorations that I made for the horse stable. I put these barrels up here just to store stuff. Okay, just as this is just the building supplies that I was using to build my horse stable over here. I built a little water pail. All that is a cauldron with some oh, what are these things called? Trap doors. And then I did bales of hay all around it, just because I like the way they look and they make it look like a barn. You can see I went inside and built individual stables. I hung little picture frames up on the walls, okay, just to make it look nice. And then to remind me of what types of food they eat, I put them up on the wall there. And then upstairs we have the loft, and it has the oh gosh, I forget what they call this. The this is where on a farm they would take the hay bales and store them up here, and then throw them down off the ledge here. I forget what it's called. As you guys can probably tell, I've never actually owned a farm. Farming in Minecraft is probably the closest that I will ever actually get to being or running a farm. But I really think it looks really nice. And it's a beautiful little house for my horses. And I actually do plan on storing my donkeys in there as well. When I make a video about the donkeys and farming the donkeys and breeding them, I'm going to probably do the same thing, use the same building, and then I'll store both the donkeys and the horses inside the same building. Because honestly, I know some people like to have every single type of horse, but for me, it's not that important. I don't really like traveling by horse too much anyway. My preferred mode of transportation is actually flying or boat. Those are my two favorite ways to travel. If I was to use a something to ride on, it would probably be the donkey and not the horse. Just because the donkey has a few extra perks that I prefer when I'm out traveling. And I'll go over that when I make my donkey video. Anyway, if you guys liked the video, please head down to the bottom, click that like button. If you want to see more videos just like this, please subscribe to my channel. If you know anybody else that really likes this kind of thing, please share my channel with them. It really, really helps my channel grow. And guys, we will see you next time. Later.